those who say the deal paves Iran's path to a bomb, respectfully, they don't get it. They're wrong. Remember what I said. The path has already been paved. If they walk away today, in 2 to 3 months, they have enough highly enriched uranium, if they chose to make up to 8 nuclear weapons.
8 nuclear weapons. Joe Biden. You know what? I don't think he's fooling around this time. I don't think he's making a mistake this time. 8 nuclear weapons within 3 months. So Israel has been right all this time. And now I guess this is why we got to sign a deal with them that will let them continue down the path that they've already established. I don't get it. Maybe Jonathan Tobin, senior editor for Commentary Magazine, could help me out here. Jonathan, always great to talk to you. I mean, we've known about the 3-month breakout, and if we don't have the deal, it'll be 3 months. This will make it a year, or blah, blah, blah. But this 8 nuclear bombs, I mean, that's pretty new, isn't it?
It's an interesting admission, I'll say that much. You know, a lot of this is familiar territory, but it's not familiar if you've been listening to Obama, Kerry, and the rest of the Obama foreign policy team talk about this Iran deal. What was interesting about Biden's talk, which was supposedly part of a charm offensive aimed at Friends of Israel, which is supposedly going to help the administration get this deal through Congress in a few months. What was interesting about it is that, contrary to the usual line we've been getting from them, is that Iran doesn't really have a bomb, this is the way to prevent Iran from getting a bomb, Biden was being, in a sense, very realistic, very uncharacteristic for somebody who's prone to flights of fantasy as he is, and saying, they've already got a bomb, they already have it right here, so we need to sign on the bottom line because appeasement is the only way to prevent them from going that little, baby step forward. This is kind of crazy, though, because if Iran is that close to a bomb, if they're that close, this has happened on Obama's watch. This has happened while he was dickering with them, while he was trying to appease them, while he has been indulging in fantasies of détente with them and constructing this whole Iran-centric foreign policy, which is scaring the heck out of the moderate Arabs as well as Israel. This has happened on their watch, and now he's saying, well, it's either war or we have to agree to this. And
right.
This is a construction entirely of their own making.
It's a false choice. And you wrote a great piece. Well, you didn't write it, but there's been, well, maybe on commentarymagazine.com, there's been stories about how Great Britain now has confirmed that Iran has been cheating. We've known from the IAEA that Iran has either been non-compliant or cheating. And the president, again, you're not going to know that from listening to the president, because all along he's telling us that so far Iran has lived up to everything they've had to live up to, which has been a bald-faced, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor, lie.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Biden repeated the lie last night about Iran keeping its word. It hasn't kept its word. That Reuters report that you mentioned illustrates, again, what we've known, what we've seen before, a whole pattern of behavior over the last 3 decades from Iran. They cheat on every agreement they make, they lie, and they have no intention of abiding by it. But the point about this deal, why it is so dangerous and why it is so weak, is that we have no way of knowing how close they are really, because our intelligence is so poor. We don't have inspections. We're not likely to get inspections under this deal. But even worse, they have the ability, even if they wanted to abide by it, which is not a really good bet, they can just wait it out. That's why this deal is so crazy, because it gives them a path to a bomb in 10 years, even if they're really good kids and observe all of it. This gets us nowhere. This Iran deal doesn't deal with a threat that got worse under Obama and is going to get worse under his successors, because we've done it. We've let them have it with U.S. approval, and that's just so dangerous.
And we do have some people in the Senate, I know Marco Rubio and others are trying to really run interference around this agreement, which has to be voted on still, and we'll see if they can do that and put some poisonous pill in there that will force the president in his own mind to veto it, and we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
It's long odds for the critics to try and stop this, but they've got to try.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Jonathan, always great to talk to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, folks. It's very serious, and we can't lose sight. This is the danger. And to an extent, we're guilty on this show of concentrating on Baltimore at the expense of Iran, at the expense of other things that are ongoing, Russia, at the expense of some of the Hillary stuff that we've not paid as much attention to as we should have. So we try to keep everything in focus because it's all so very important. Okay, joining us next, senior attorney for Judicial Watch, and we'll talk and focus on some of those things. Don't go away. Steve Malzberg Show.